Welcome back to day 2, A Lawyer's Insights from Federal Prison. Today I want to talk about what it was like to spend my first night there. When I surrendered, it was a 12-story building in downtown Miami, which was completely bizarre because I used to drive or walk by this building every day. And now I'm inside the building, cement, 12 stories, in handcuffs and shackles. It's a co-ed building, so most of the floors are men. There was one floor designated for women. And when the guard got me up to my floor, during receiving and discharge, when I first surrendered, they handed me basically like a bedroll, which had a flat sheet and a very, very paper thin blanket. There was a small little pouch that had a tiny little toothbrush, bitty sized toothpaste, one bottle that presumably was supposed to serve as shampoo and soap. I got to my unit and the guard took me to one of the rooms, and it had one steel bunk bed, 2 long metal trunks that were on the ground that were supposed to be for both people, like one each, a steel counter, and next to the counter on the end by the corner, a steel toilet. First of all, it was so weird to have a toilet in your room, right? There was no mattress on the bunk, so the guard said, go find one, and he left. So I don't know where I'm at, I've never been there, and I go looking for what ended up being a blue thin vinyl mat about this thick. I finally found one and a pillow and dragged it into my room, put it on the top bunk, which is where I was assigned. And then I remember thinking, how am I gonna make it through tonight? Right now, it could only be described as completely terrifying. And it's not that I was unsafe. It was that I was so concerned and the whole thing, I had lost control. I didn't know anything. I didn't know any people. I had no friends yet. I didn't know the rules of prison yet. And most importantly, how was I gonna live without my kids for 10 months? This is what kept going through my mind. So I finally made my bed. I lay down on my bed, and as I looked out that tiny slit of a window, I started to try to get my bearings. And what was so weird was almost right across the street was the courthouse where I got sentenced. And just beyond that was David's office, my attorney's office. And as I tried to go to sleep and I was shaking and so scared, I finally just kept telling myself this mantra. One of my uncles months earlier, had said to me, Beti, which in Hindi means daughter, one day you'll realize this is not happening to you, it's happening for you. So I just kept saying this mantra over and over. I am strong. I can do this. This is happening for me. And I promise you guys, this was not easy because I couldn't see it yet. But I just kept saying the mantra over and over and over. I am strong. I can do this. This is happening for me. And sometimes, even when the emotions take over us, if we can just drop in to the fortitude that lays within and find the strength to just keep going, no matter how painful it is, because it was painful. So I embraced the moment and I let go because I had no control, but I let go. And I just kept saying the mantra over and over and over. Thank you so much for listening. If you are enjoying these stories, please share, subscribe, share with your friends. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about what shame felt like and self-compassion and how I found it and it healed me. Thanks, guys.